She drove more than 2,000 miles, all to save Granny. She spoke with Amber Cogliano.
Pray for me.
This woman is on a mission, saving Granny from Hurricane Milton.
16 hours. We have 16 hours in this car until we get to my grandmother.
Jennifer Seaman's road trip to Florida is more grueling than she ever imagined. When everyone else is evacuating, but you're driving straight into it to get your 93-year-old grandmother, she posted. Accompanied by her mom, Sue, they left Peoria, Illinois at 10 p.m. Sunday night. They drove through Kentucky, Tennessee, Georgia. It took 20 long hours without stopping before they finally arrived in Venice, Florida.
Hello. And there's Grandma.
Yep, there's Granny, safe and sound in the car with her courageous loved ones.
Grandma, how scared were you hearing these hurricane reports come in and you knew you had no way to escape?
Well, it's no fun being by yourself.
After they made it to Granny's home, they needed to get out of there and fast before the hurricane hit. But what they found as they tried to return home to Illinois was chaos.
Gas stations are out of gas. People were fighting to get gas. One car tried to run another guy over, fighting over gas.
On the road, they encountered gridlock.
It was bumper to bumper. You couldn't get off the interstate.
We probably sat on 75 for maybe 8 hours total last night until we decided to get off the main road.
Well, we're getting quite tired.
Every rest stop was filled up.
And I got to go left to right.
I spoke to Mom, daughter, and Grandma during a pit stop in Atlanta.
Mom and I have been in the car for about 36 hours.
After a brief nap in a hotel, they were on the road again. And at 5 a.m. this morning, they finally arrived home in Peoria. There's Granny getting a special escort into the home by a very relieved son-in-law.
She's home.
Oh, thank goodness. The family says the road trip was their only option because Granny struggles to get around and all the flights were booked. We are so glad everyone is safe. It's a late-night cold one for Kamala Harris as she and Stephen Colbert crack open cans of Miller High Life, also known as the champagne of beer, and the crowd went wild. Allison Hall explains.
Vice President Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris headed into friendly territory last night and shared a beer with Stephen Colbert.
One of the old saws is they just want somebody they can have a beer with. So would you like to have a beer with me so I can tell people what that's like? Okay.
Harris chose Miller High Life from the battleground state of Wisconsin.
Okay, the last time I had beer was at a baseball game with Doug.
Okay, so cheers.
Okay, cheers.
There you go.
But the talk turned serious when Colbert asked about the new book, claiming President Trump sent Russian strongman Putin COVID testing equipment in 2020 at the start of the pandemic.
You remember how many people did not have tests and were trying to scramble to get them? You remember how rare it was to have one? You remember people by the hundreds were dying every day, and this man is giving COVID test kits to Vladimir Putin?
Trump is denying the story, first reported in Bob Woodward's new book, War. The Trump campaign says it's the work of a truly demented and deranged man. None of these made-up stories are true. But the Kremlin today confirmed the story, saying, "We also sent equipment at the beginning of the pandemic." This is the type of COVID testing equipment that the former president allegedly sent to Putin. Back then, they were the only diagnostic tool we had to confirm a case of COVID. Today, of course, science has advanced, and we use these kits, which are easily available at your local drugstore.
And Melania Trump joins us now.
Former First Lady Melania Trump did her first live TV interview promoting her new memoir on Fox News Channel's The Five.
Does he ever sleep?
He doesn't sleep much. He does, of course.
Does he wear pajamas?
No.
No. What does he wear when he sleeps, Melania? Well, one of the things...
This question stumped her.
Would you have married Donald Trump if you had a crystal ball that said he would be president?
That's a interesting question.
The war between country superstar Garth Brooks and the makeup artist accusing him of sexual assault is heating up. In his initial court papers, Brooks referred to her as Jane Doe, but now he's using her real full name. But as Les Trent reports, she's hitting back.
Garth Brooks is naming names.
Let's address the elephant in the room.
The 62-year-old country singer just filed an amended complaint that reveals the name of his accuser. The singer's name is listed as Troil Garth Brooks. We are blurring the accuser's name because she says she is the victim of a sex crime. Now attorneys for Brooks' accuser are slamming the country music star. Garth Brooks just revealed his true self. Out of spite and to punish, he publicly named a rape victim. With no legal justification, Brooks outed her because he thinks the laws don't apply to him.
Brooks' position is, I sued her in Mississippi, and I said to the judge, please order both of us to stay anonymous, no names. She immediately revealed my name, so Brooks' attitude is, I have a right to do the same thing to her.
Garth Brooks' accuser is a former makeup artist and hairstylist who once worked for both Brooks and his wife, Trisha Yearwood. She's accusing the country music star of sexual misconduct and also claims he pressured her to engage in sexting with him. In one text message contained in court papers, she calls Brooks' private parts Roosevelt, slang for a perfect 10. Brooks allegedly replied, I'll take that nickname. Thank you. I love you. Along with crying, laughing, and heart emojis. Brooks denies all the allegations, saying the makeup artist devised a malicious scheme to blackmail him into paying her millions of dollars. In his weekly Facebook chat with fans, Brooks had this to say about the controversy.
Lots happened in the last 2 weeks because it is something that you cannot talk about. It's not, that's all we can say about it.
Brooks says he's prepared for a 2-year legal battle to sort out the allegations in court. The Menendez brothers saga has found itself at the center of the race for LA County District Attorney. One candidate is accusing the other of using renewed interest in the double murder to help his campaign. Jim Ray has more.
The fate of the infamous Menendez brothers is turning into a political football. At a debate last night, the Los Angeles County DA was accused of using the case to distract from his failures in office by his opponent, Nathan Hochman.
The timing is incredibly suspicious.
District Attorney George Gascon, who faces a tough re-election battle, announced last week that he was reviewing the case in the wake of the hit Netflix documentary and drama.
There is difference of opinion in my office. There are some people that believe that the Menendez brothers should continue to stay in prison, and there are other people that believe that there are other things that are on board. We believe that it's worthy of a second look.
This is the Beverly Hills mansion where the Menendez slayings took place, a vicious shooting depicted in the Netflix show. Today, you can see there's a fence around the property because of renovation work. We've learned the house recently sold for $17 million to a prominent real estate family. The house is becoming a major draw for sightseers. You're from France?
Yes, we're from France.
And residents in the affluent neighborhood are said to be livid.
The Menendez family bought the 9,000-square-foot Mediterranean-style mansion for $4 million back in 1988. It is the end of an era in Vegas as the legendary Tropicana Hotel and Casino is imploded. Yes, the one-time haunt of the Rat Pack is no more.
Goodbye to the legendary Tropicana Casino and Hotel in Sin City. First one tower, then the other. It imploded early today, reduced to a pile of rubble on the Las Vegas Strip. And leave it to Vegas to turn it into a spectacle. Before the controlled blast, there were fireworks and a spectacular light show using 700 drones. It all happened in under 30 seconds. The Tropicana opened in 1957. And in its heyday, played home to the Rat Pack. Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., and Frank Sinatra. 007 stayed there.
I hear that the Hotel Tropicana is quite comfortable.
Viva Las Vegas. Elvis shimmied there. Viva Las Vegas. Back in 2000, Inside Edition Stacey Galandi danced with the Tropicana Showgirls. Two former showgirls, twins, were on hand for the bittersweet occasion.
It's really, really sad because so many memories. It was like our second home when we first came to town.
The hotel served its final drinks back in August. And now, bye-bye Tropicana.
Before it came down, the Tropicana was the third oldest casino on the Vegas Strip. We'll be back with much more Inside Edition after this.
Next, the pickup artist.
Get out of the way!
The creepy dude who stopped the driverless car to ask the passenger for a date.
Please stop! You're holding traffic! Just felt like a total violation. Move!
And the star of The Office, her private breast cancer battle. Inside Edition with Deborah Norville will be right back.
RSV can severely affect the lungs and lower airways.
But I'm protected with Arexvy.
Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. RSV can be serious for those over 60, including those with asthma, diabetes, COPD, and certain other conditions.
But I'm protected.
Arexvy is proven to be over 82% effective in preventing lower respiratory disease from RSV, and over 94% effective in those with these health conditions. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain. Arexvy is #1 in RSV vaccine shots. RSV? Make it Arexvy.
Point blank, on TV, if he supports a national abortion ban, Valadao went all in.
This bill doesn't mention any exception.
I am pro-life. I signed on to the bill.
Valadil's ban would end access to abortion even here in California,
with no exceptions for rape or the life of the mother.
He doesn't get it. This is California. We fight for our freedoms.
DCCC is responsible for the content of this advertisement. Fraudster Joanna Rose claimed that she, quote, knows how to balance the books. But Joanna's story is much scarier. More than $1 million in debt and delinquent taxes. A history of stiffing workers and small businesses. Caught making a false statement in her bankruptcy case. She even had to complete a court-mandated financial class due to her reckless behavior. With Valley families struggling with rising costs, we can't afford fraudster Joanna Rose.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition is brought to you by